Hey, what's
Yo,
up,
what's up,
Tyler?
dude?
Hey, fella. How you doing?
Do you want me to come on here like Dr. Nick? Hi, everybody.
Hey, fair warning. Mike has been on some shit. So-
well, of course. I'm not here to keep his ass in check.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Tyler
Wow.
comes in hard. Welcome back for the first time, geek enthusiasts and lovers of the plastic crack. This is your safe space, free from safety. So put your hands on some plastic. It's time for toy tea time. Yo, so we got JiskOne on the show from the ROC, the Wu-Tang Clan of fucking podcasts. What's going on, Jisk?
Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem.
Jisk, which Wu-Tang member is your alter ego?
I don't even know.
Are you?
I never thought about it.
How do you not think about it? You got like 35 names. Come on, give me something.
If just based on names, then I'd have to go with RZA, just because doesn't that guy have 8,000 names too? He puts out new shit under names all the time. Some Bobby Digital, and what else does he have?
I don't fuck it.
But creative, I will see. You asked the question and you weren't ready for the answer.
That's pretty much that's how I do a lot of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't think I relate to any one of those dudes.
Come on, man. I think Mickey's ODB.
Shut the fuck up, Mike. You know what? I was just thinking, I was thinking about Dust Mites, and I was like, well, shit, Dust Mites makes the beats, so he would be RZA. But at the same time, but at the same time, he's always like belching and farting and shit, so he would be the old dirty bastard too. Like,
Dust would be the ODB.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think J. Ruse would be like the Ghostface Killer.
He would be the manager.
He
wouldn't get on stage.
Yeah. I always picture fucking,
like, nah, you guys go ahead. You guys go ahead. Nah, I'ma chill.
I always picture fucking Pinkerton as fucking as fucking Method Man. I don't know. Ever since I started the whole fucking the fucking ROC Wu-Tang shit, I always figured that fucking always look at fucking Chris as the fucking Method Man.
Because Method Man was kind of like the face. Like he was the one that was. He was everywhere. Like he was the guy that was. He did, I think, TV and stuff first. You know, he was always out there.
Yeah,
so he's kind of like the face of the.
Yeah, clear now. He is the fucking. I think he's the more mainstream of everybody there. Like everybody fucking knows him and shit. Method Man, I'm saying.
Mainstream. He doesn't keep it underground.
Yeah, nah, he's underground. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying mainstream as far as. I mean, you can't front like Method Man didn't have his fucking crossover appeal.
You heard that? He said Pinkerton is the sellout of the Wu-Tang.
Oh yeah, straight up, straight up.
Hey,
that guy will be the first one. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah,
Cass rules everything around him.
Hey, what's going on with you, Mike? What you been into, man?
Man, don't even ask me what I've been into, man.
You've been in everything.
No, I'm actually. I've been sitting here fucking with this Legend Shockwaves. And so I got to say, thanks to my dude Dave. He helped me out with this little bundle of joy. Yeah. This is a fucking sweet ass figure. This is my first Combiner Wars figure, and I fucking love this shit. Cause I'm a fucking Legends nerd anyway.
What's so good about it?
I've heard good things about that figure. Like I think Dust got it too, and just a lot of people are talking about it.
It's just fucking badass. That's what.
Really?
It's fucking sweet. Fuck yeah, it's cool as shit.
About it, dude.
You don't fucking have it. That's one.
I wouldn't buy that shit.
You ain't never gonna have it. That's two. You already hate it. That's three, which there makes it automatically go up the badassness chart.
So you're just going off a hate appeal. That your fucking chart is based off full hate appeal. Okay, good job. Good job.
Just for you. Just for you. No,
isn't
man,
it designed?
Cool.
Oh, isn't it designed to go with the Combiner Wars Bruticus to kind of fit?
Yeah, he's got a fucking handle and all kinds of shit, man. It just
Oh,
it goes
they pulled
together
the
nice.
Warbotron. They pulled the
I think it's a little
Warbotron,
small
that
for
shit,
the I think it's a little small for the Warbotron, but it's like that. It's like that same thing with that
Yeah, that's what
Warbotron
I'm
build, the
saying.
figure that they had.
That's what I'm saying as far as the concept.
Yeah, but you know where that concept came from, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Where did it come from?
Not Warbotron. Ooh,
You saying
Eat
Warbotron
it.
didn't have that idea first?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
So let me. Who had it first? I don't know. I don't know the history.
I did, motherfucker. Move on.
Okay.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about. He's just like digging in his ass.
I go deep in some questions. I'm gonna.
Shit.
That's how it
Yeah,
is.
see, that ain't how this shit works. Like, we ask a question, and when you're talking, we're just thinking about the next thing that we're gonna fucking ask. So don't even try to play this ping pong shit, man. Like, don't be trying to engage with the fucking interviewer.
Just one and done. One and done. You got it.
We don't play that bullshit, man.
So I remember. So going back to when you was on fucking Nerd Rage, so you had like a fucking full list of questions for them. How'd that shit come about, man?
Well, so originally when I started listening to it, it was like one of those things where, you know, I just felt myself like just talking out loud, like, oh no, like this is, or yeah, I agree, or this is what's up, and then I would have a question, and I would start to get frustrated, and I think just from being used to being on Enter the Realm, you know, where if I have a question, I'm like, oh well, wait, what do you guys think about this? And so questions just come up, and I had no one to ask, so I just would write them down. I'm like, you know, maybe I'll just ask them, and I just started writing all these questions down. And then one day I just got super frustrated and hit up their thing. I was like, dude, your guys' show like is the best and the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Like, because it's so good, but it's so frustrating because I want to get my opinion across and I can't. And I was like, so it's a little frustrating. And if you ever, and then I was like, if you guys ever, oh, go ahead.
Nerd Rage is like your high school sweetheart. The best and worst thing that ever happened to you.
That's the truth.
Maybe that's just me. My bad.
I married my girl. I dated her. in high school,
You
so.
fucked it up again. God damn it.
But I mean, I can relate to that. It is the best and worst thing that ever happened.
Hey, one more of this fucking bullshit out of you, and we're putting Tyler on instead. All
You're
right.
gonna shut me down?
We'll bring Tyler back. We'll let Tyler back on.
Oh yeah, to the listeners,
We'll let him out of the cage.
to the listeners, Tyler was not able to join us. He may pop in later. We'll see how that goes. But we're just gonna fucking fuck with Jisk for the time being. How about that? Sounds good.
I'm for it.
All right. Hey, so what's going on with fucking what's going on with the ROC, man?
ROC is you mean you want the ROC group? It's on Facebook. You can join us up. Or are you talking about the show, the Enter the Realm show?
I'm just saying fucking
lot of
ROC period, dude. Like it's all ROC. What the fuck?
I am the least active member of the ROC, like of the ROC as a community in a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably the least vocal person out there. But it's going good. I don't see there's no complaints that I can tell. People seem pretty on the up and up lately.
Hey, Mike, we need to kick this guy off. He's not the star appeal of the fucking crew.
I'm not. You guys got the low tricked you. You got the low man on the totem pole.
We need to get rid of this guy. Nah, it's all
I'm
good.
like the
Just fucking
frog,
with
you know,
man.
the totem pole always has like the frog and then a bear. And then like what's on the top, the eagle. You didn't get the eagle. I tricked you.
See, I thought you were like the heart of the show. I thought you were the heart of the show, man.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Whatever. Whatever. You guys,
Wait. Are you
What's up?
hamster? Are you
What do you mean?
hamster? Because they were voting for J. Ruse or hamster.
No, they were voting for a real hamster, believe it or not.
Oh, see, you couldn't even say you were the hamster. Fuck.
I mean,
that
to
shit
talk
was
about
so
that,
funny.
people were getting heated about it. Like
Really?
it got a little. I mean, I don't know. It was. I wish Tyler was here for this. Tyler seemed like
Yeah, he was really
real
into that
passionate
shit.
about that. He
He messaged me like 6 times. Was like, "Did you vote yet, dude? You have to vote. It's your responsibility." I'm like, all right, man. Let me see what the hell's going. Dude, you have to vote. Here's the link.
Tyler's a patriot, dude. Tyler's a patriot.
Oh, dude. I legitimately went to I took my whole family and went to PetSmart, and I was like, all right, we're buying a hamster. This is what's up. But believe it or not, they didn't have any. Yeah, I was
They
like, I'm
didn't
going to
have
do
any
it. All right,
hamsters?
fine. I think 'cause right before Easter, I guess, I don't know. They had a huge sale, but there was none there, and I just assumed maybe it was like an
Isn't
Easter
that
gift.
Ain't that what Easter is? Like, you put hamsters and gerbils in the eggs and let the kids fucking pick them out and eat them and shit?
What the
Exactly.
fuck are you talking? What kind of Satanist fucking rituals are you about? What the hell's going on?
I'm just confused and trying to get information.
Oh hell no. Nah, that shit was funny though, man.
Mickey, all right, look, hold up, Mickey.
Winning.
Are you hungover or like on a dry spell? You sound different today.
How do I? Well, you know what?
You sound like
I will say I'm fucking exhausted, dude. This past 2 weeks have been fucking pretty hectic for me. So I am exhausted, bro. And then I got family coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been spending the whole morning cleaning up and stuff and getting the house together and the guest room and all of that shit. So I am exhausted.
all right. Well, maybe just tone it down with the anger. All right.
What kind of
Just
racist
nice
shit is
and
this? Why is the
smooth.
black guy got to be
Nice-
the angry one? You hear this shit, Jisk? What the fuck is he talking about?
Hey, I'm just trying to help fill in for Tyler because you know he just said that shit 10 minutes ago.
What fucking
You're like,
anger?
Mickey, you're out of control. You and your friends just don't know how to act. You don't know what's going on here.
Hey, so you hear this shit, right? Just like Mike is the fucking aggressive one, but he's trying to put that shit on me, dude.
This is one time where I'm staying out of it. I stay out of the inter department.
No, there's no staying out
Quarrels.
of it here. If you're not in it,
You're
you don't
into the
exist.
fray. Hey, you guys get anything?
I think at this point,
You guys get anything this week?
I got Shockwave that you hate for no reason.
I hate it. I hate all things combined wars. Although I was considering getting that fucking that onslaught and doing that Bruticus,
Mm-hmm.
but I pulled out of that quickly.
And you know what goes good with that Bruticus?
That
little tiny
shot.
shockwave.
These nuts!
Oh,
Oh,
God. Oh
sorry.
my God. What about you there, Jess? You get anything this week?
I don't think. What did I get this week? I'm trying to think. You know what I did get? That I talked about it on Monday on ETR, but T2RX6 makes those pieces through shapeways for DX9's carry. And so it basically makes it so that in the alt mode you could have the spoiler on the hood. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with carry, but in the alt mode it doesn't have the spoiler. So it's this little plastic piece that you hook in the little wings from the Target Master onto. So I picked that up. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Actually, it's really cool. He did a good job. Yeah, he did a good job.
dope.
It's like $4. How could you not?
I might check that out there, buddy. Because my carry.
Yeah,
feels
it's
so
funny. He has
naked
a
without
bunch
that.
more now too.
Yeah. So he's beginning the Shapeways Empire.
Yeah, that dude is going to be the Shapeways king here shortly.
Yeah.
Also, he said too. I heard him, and I don't know where he said it. It's probably on SCU because that's the only time I ever hear that guy. But I guess there's a dude on there that makes parts specifically for Kronos, like replacement parts and stuff.
Now that I believe with all the parts.
Can you
need
rebuild
for
the whole
Kronos.
thing?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what depth he has it, but it's good to know for all you Kronos people out there.
I definitely believe that, dude. That fucking thing needs as many parts as it can get.
See, this ain't
haven't,
fair because you know
Mhm.
you know I'm saving up for Botcon, so I ain't spending shit on toys yet.
In all fairness,
But
has there been anything to really get? Like I've been on imports. I'm always on imports, but here recently, I've been more so stacking Figma and hunting down Figma and figure art stuff, and I found myself like kind of losing touch with Transformers just a little bit. Now I actually want to talk about that on the show, like how are you guys surviving the Chinese New Year? Because I'm wondering if that's a part of it. You know, the fact that it's Chinese New Year, everything is dry or whatever the case is.
What are you talking about? Chinese New Year was over weeks ago, wasn't it?
I think maybe just to get everything back up and running takes a
that's
little
what
bit.
I'm talking about. You got the fucking the leftovers from that shit.
Oh,
Everything just seems dry.
the lag.
Yeah, because there's really
it's
any
rough for
Transformer
me.
news and none of that shit, huh?
I would say it's rough for me because I only collect Transformers, so it's like it's been really dry. I guess all I've been doing. I mean, money is still going out, just nothing is coming in, which is what's.
Yeah, and then it's all just gonna drop right on your fucking head because Shockwave, Ratchet. If you buy
Ramjet.
official stuff, don't before Mickey fucking blows a fuse over there. So you
Well,
know
so
pre-orders.
I do. I mean, and I prefer some other stuff, like just to kind of give you guys an idea of my collection. Like, I just collect season 1, season 2, and movie bots. But my goal is to have one for each mode. So it's like sometimes I'll just pick up duplicates, but there's a lot of stuff that comes out that I just don't get. But even if so, I buy the official, even if like I don't like, I like that Voodoo Toys Ratchet better than the MP. But I still bought the MP Ironhide. I still buy the MPs because I just think as a collector, I don't know if you guys are this way, but as a collector, I think about at some point what my collection is going to be worth. Like that's in my head, and so that's why I buy the official, because at some point that's probably going to retain its value more than anything else.
Yeah, I definitely think about that. I definitely think about that.
So I have to keep that in mind just for my own peace of mind. I guess that's the way I justify it. At least if all the stuff that I'm spending, well, maybe I'll make it up in the end.
You know what?
Point.
That's a pretty interesting thought, dude.
He said that.
That's a pretty interesting thought, though, dude. Because most people don't want to come out and say like they collect for the value and they're looking forward to the resale value and all of that shit. Or at least what I see in the groups and in the different communities. Most cats are like, I'm not collecting for that. You know what I'm saying? And I know I definitely think about that shit when I'm buying. That's why I buy the MPs. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm not collecting for that, but you bet your ass it's in the back of my mind. It's like the same reason why you don't go and buy like a Daewoo as a vehicle, because it's got no resale value. Even when you're buying cars, you're thinking about the end. At some point, you're going to have to flip something.
Also, the fact that they manufacture televisions.
They make cars too. Well, they did at one point. They made cars.
That'd be like if Kenworth was like, "Yeah, we gonna make a truck next year."
Dude, I'm telling you.
Like, does it have a fucking washer and dryer in it? Because if not, I don't fucking care.
It's
Daewoo.
Do you buy like that, Mike? Do you think about I would assume you definitely do, Mike, since you resell and shit. You think about like the value of shit when you buy it and what the value could be later?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's not even when I first started. I didn't really pay attention to it because I was only buying official shit anyway. Because there was no third party then, and it's probably a good thing too because I started off like in the trilogy years of Armada, Energon, Cybertron, so pretty fucked on those. But now, especially once I started selling stuff to recoup years ago to buy more shit, I really started paying attention more. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to buy something I like because I don't think it's going to be worth anything later. I just, if I'm going to get a bunch of shit or something real peculiar or something very oddballish, I'm looking at, all right, maybe I'll wait, or maybe I got to jump on it. Because, when you start collecting, especially if you collect by character, you'll notice there's some shit that is so weird and off the wall, but it's so fucking hard to find that, like, the only one you'll ever see available is, like, $80 or something, right? And you'll sit there and stare at it, and there's no completed listings because it's so rare, like, only one pops up every year or two. And you're like, blah, 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 blah. So a perfect example is, say, like the electromagnetic sound wave, which was the white one. It was the activators from the animated line, Takara. And, for a good while, that was like, it was considered unreleased, super rare, yada, yada, yada. So I ended up getting one for like $40. And later on, I sold it. And then I got another one for like 20. Like I just found a random auction pop up, and I got it for like $20. But then, like a month or two later, I seen somebody who's doing some convention, and the guys on TFW, and they were giving away 10 of them as door prizes. And I'm like, hold the fuck up! Yeah, I was like, if they're so fucking rare, so I sold that motherfucker immediately. Because I'm like, if he got 10 of them, that means maybe there's KOs coming, or there's a shit ton more out there than I thought. And it just hit that period when I first found it that was in between when everything is either readily available or all the buyers have dried up and everybody snagged it. It's kind of like with Quakewave. It started jumping through the fucking roof because everyone that wanted one that waited, they all had to pay the high ass prices. So they were all gone except for the ones that were like $400, $500, $600, $700. And then look what happens. You end up with like 35 different Shockwaves you can buy.
It's funny Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
And so I think about stuff like that. But generally, if it's for my personal collection, I don't really You know what I mean? Like I look at it what I'm paying versus what retail is, because I'm buying so little from retailers anymore. It's probably ridiculous,
Yeah.
but I'm like, if I get a $10 or $15 discount and it's a week old, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it. Like I don't care if it's a little bit used. That ain't no big deal. I don't need it fucking fresh from the factory. And plus, when you buy used stuff, if you get to know the people you buy from, or you look at their reputation, you know what you're going to get. So if you get one that's already been checked out and they've already looked it over, you don't have to worry about, well, if I get it and it's messed up, I can just send it back. Because generally, when you shop with people with good reps and all that shit, and they've already checked it themselves, you know, you already know you're getting something clean and, you know, it came right from the factory and all that shit. So that's just my preferred method.
Yeah, I feel you there. What were you going to say, Jisk?
Who's that?
Oh, I was just saying about Quakewave, how it's funny. Like that was like the prized figure for a long time, and now it's like it's the third one. Everybody's going to go for the official, and then that Quake Blast, and now Quakewave doesn't even get a second glance anymore. And
Hey, Mickey.
Yeah.
Mickey, do you remember a crazy motherfucker that before that came out said that looked better than anyone would give it credit for?
Wait, you saying the Quake Blast or the MP?
Quake Blast.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking we know a guy on the show that said that a long time ago. It's weird how that works, and everyone was kind of like, I don't know, man. You sound like you're fucking stupid. Well, now you go online and it's, oh my god, it's only $80. It's the best thing I've ever had. Oh my god. You're welcome.
I haven't seen, other than like pictures here and there, I haven't like watched a review or anything to see what that Quake Blast is all about. You know what I'm saying? To see if I just heard it's pretty good, right? But as far as this MP goes, where are you guys at with the MP coming out? The MP Shockwave?
Like, am I buying it?
Just your thoughts in general, period. And if are you buying it?
Man, it's I actually J Ruse. I think I'm in deals with J Ruse to see if he'll sell me. He has two for some reason. I don't know if he wants that out there, but it's out there now. He's got two.
So I'm trying to get some.
He's got two what? Shockwaves or laser waves?
Laser waves, or two coming.
That ain't like no groundbreaking thing. I mean, he got two retail items.
Well, no, but I mean, I don't know.
What the fuck, Mike? The hate is strong with you today. What's going on?
I'm just saying.
He didn't do it because he wants.
Now, if you said he had two prototypes from Takara of Laserwave, then yeah, that'd be like fucking like, how the fuck? You're fucking full of shit. That'd be a little different. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
Well, some people are. Don't talk about me anywhere. He's not. I don't think he's like that. I haven't heard anything yet. I'll find out.
Fuck J Ruse. All right, we'll say whatever the fuck we want.
But so to talk about this Shockwave, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's from the transformation and stuff that I've seen. It doesn't look fantastic. I mean, I don't want to be a hater, but there's a lot of things about it. I compare it to Quakewave, which I think is awesome. And they did a lot of things right. Like, you don't need all these little fiddly panels. You don't need a leg to accordion in and out. It can just stick together. It could be a solid piece. So things like that, I just look at like, all right, so the engineering on it to me just seems less than based on what I've seen.
Yeah. Me, I remember, was it a couple episodes ago, we talked about... what was it, like the masterpiece was falling off the cliff or whatever?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there with that.
And see, I didn't feel like that then, but the more I see Shockwave, for some reason, the more disappointed I get. And I don't know if it's just the way the legs look, because they look fiddly and shitty to me. The way the panel linings look, and they look like they're going to be a pain in the ass. And then the color, like, I really like it, but I really hate it. Like, I like it in pictures. But I don't think I want it here. And to put that in perspective,
I don't want that shit in my house.
I love the cartoon. I love the cartoony look of the Make Toys visualizers, right? Like, I love their color scheme because they look cartoony. And Shockwave or Laserwave, whatever the fuck, he looks cartoonish, but it's like too much. Like, it doesn't.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm just, and then and then the size thing that doesn't bother me that much, but I'm like, yo, it's $160. That motherfucker better be about as tall as Optimus, and it shouldn't even be a question. I mean, yeah, maybe it's just a slight height difference, and he's slightly shorter, but that dollar's got to get fucking longer for me to fucking take that shit.
And
that's just.
That's what I look at. It's like you're paying $160 and you're expecting something as thick as Soundwave, but you're going to get something like Trax as far as quality and the way that it feels.
That would be upsetting. Like, that would be upsetting. This is one of the first times I like tried to stay away from like seeing anybody's opinions of it and all. Like, typically I don't care. Like, opinions are opinions, videos are reviews are reviews. I don't care. I'll still get it and I'll do my thing, whatever the case is. But in this case, I'm already disappointed in it. And the only reason why I'm even getting it is because, one, it's an MP, and two, to review it. So I'm just not overly excited about it, and I'm just really concerned about that price point for the actual figure, and to get it in hand and that shit feel like some fucking Trax or something. I think I'll be really irritated by that. Like,
yeah, Trax actually, and I like Trax for what he is, which was significantly fucking cheaper.
yeah.
Like, I'm okay with Trax because I got him for about $35-$40 somewhere in that range,
and that's really what he should cost.
But
and that's the thing. That's what a lot of people wound up getting it for. Like, you could see it. And even now, when you find it, it's like $40. Like, it is not a high selling figure.
Yeah, but then he made me avoid Hot Rod, which Hot Rod isn't really I'm not that big into that character anyway. But I've typically been picking up every Masterpiece release. So I got Trax, and I had already thought, like, all those shoulders on Hot Rod just aren't for me. I'm not going to fucking like it. Plus, I have MP09, the Takara, so I'm kind of like, why do I want to spend $80 on something half the fucking size of something I paid whatever for that's actually worth some fucking money?
Yeah.
And then I see the the legs, man. I think that's the one thing that just bugs the piss out of me.
Yeah, those
fucking legs. And then remembering, and then the size. So then it starts all adding up, and I'm like, damn, man. So that's Trax is kind of. I mean, Trax is gorgeous, but you could start seeing the real design discrepancies, I guess, between the real solid larger figures and even the cars, the Lambos, and then him. And I can't forget Wheeljack too. Wheeljack is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But then Hot Rod, which I don't own, but I can already tell if I ever have one, it's not going to be something I ever touch. It's just going to be something I have just to say I fucking have it. And then the Shockwave, and it's like, we finally get another big ass Decepticon, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I had high hopes for the Shockwave.
You got Ramjet too.
Oh, don't even
got what?
Let's hold off on Ramjet for us. Let's hold off on Ramjet for a second.
iGear took care of that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, let's get deeper into the old Shockwave deal, and then we'll go into the Ramjet, because that thing in itself is God. Like, I was putting in my orders for the Shockwave, and then the Ramjet. I was like, okay, I need to review Ramjet. And I kept looking at it, and I was like, nah, fuck it. I won't have that.
Yeah, and it's so fucking expensive for some shit. Like, fuck that shit. $200?
That would be the one MP I definitely pass on. Like,
and then, have you seen the KOs? The MP11 KOs? They want $130 fucking for that bullshit.
That's crazy.
You could get a Hasbro MP Starscream for $60 just, this year or last year?
Yeah.
Was it last year?
60, and they want over double for the fucking KO.
There's a lot of hysteria around the Seekers, though. I think that's what it comes down to. There's a lot of hype.
And that's where...
That's the thing. Fuck that shit. If it's a KO, like, all right, see, to me, I'm all about following appropriate behavioral guidelines when it comes to business, right?
Okay.
That's going to sound way fucking crazier than I meant it to, but
no,
you don't release a KO. You don't release a KO for the same price as the shit you're knocking off. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid.
But that's why I see that in Transformers. I mean, look at all like the G1 stuff that's a KO that's worth crazy amount of money.
But no. The G1 shit, I have yet to come across one that's worth more than the official version of it.
Right, okay, I see what you're saying.
So, like Diatlas, Metro Titan, shit like that, yeah, it's worth loot, but it ain't worth nothing like the fucking legits. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking thousands of dollars for some of those G1s, and then KOs might get you $300-400, but that's still nothing compared to the fucking $6,000 for whatever the fuck's still in the box. But I mean, I do see what you're saying, but this is totally different because what the fuck?
Right.
Well, let me just say this with the release of that KO oversized Grimlock and that oversized Prime, and with the quality put it out at and the price point, I think that was a changing lane for KOs and what they could price for. You know what I'm saying?
But at least those were bigger. Those were bigger and had improvements. These are the same shit.
Yeah, but you're looking at when you think about the Seekers, Masterpiece Seekers, and you think of, and I'm not justifying their price. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying when you think about like the MP Seekers, especially the Takara shit, they're harder to find. They're more pricey. So when you say a KO is coming out, if that KO is built on great quality, it's really good quality, and it's going to be readily accessible, they could actually move it at that. I mean, I wouldn't want to pay it, but they could actually move it at that 130 price point. Because people don't want to.
Oh yeah, I'm sure people they can charge up to probably 170 and they'll sell. But I'm just saying that's still some bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely bullshit.
Like if you're gonna be a ripoff artist, at least have some fucking morals about your pricing. You know what I'm saying?
Don't have any morals about copying somebody else's work, but when it comes to the price, you better have some morals.
Yeah, have some fucking sense about it.
That's always been the benefit of fucking KO. You can get it for cheaper. And I guess if you are comparing it to the more costly fucking Takara fucking Seekers, then I guess it is still cheaper. But I don't really want to pay $130 for a KO.
Yeah, I mean, even the aftermarket for the Hasbro Starscream is sitting around 130 to 150.
Yeah, I don't really.
So that puts them. And that puts it in line with official shit. And I told everybody that Starscream, yeah, it's cheap, and of course it's gonna have a cold spot. But once they sell out and all that shit, it's always gonna go back up to the Takara price. Because if they're releasing them brand new for 200 Takara, the people that don't want to pay the 200 will be forced to pay any number under that. So it's just gonna keep going up. But that's at least that's legit fucking product. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and they knew what they were doing with that Starscream. They shorted that shit. Like, they were... I don't know. I mean, it seemed like they were hard to find for some people, and then they vanished. They were only out for like a month, and then that was it. They weren't stocking them anywhere else.
Yeah, well, that's because they did that fucked up pre-order shit.
Yeah,
because every time they pre-order, and they do pre-orders before it's even fucking readily available, it always gets all fucking crazy. All the most of the other ones, like Soundwave and Optimus, you could pre-order them, but they manufactured so many, they still had enough stock for stores. Whereas with the Starscreams, they did the pre-orders on something I'm assuming was relatively limited, and they overfilled those and they shorted most of their chains. It wasn't Optimus where they had 300,000 of them or whatever the fuck it is.
For that Starscream, I pre-ordered it and then just happened to check my local Toys R Us, and they had two, and so I bought the two and just canceled my pre-order. I was like, well, fuck it. Why am I waiting at this point? Yeah. I'm glad I pre-ordered it only to get it out of the store.
Yeah, that was another weird thing too. Is the pre-order system was like people, like I think a company by the way, like 2 months after stores were damn near sold out before they got their shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. But like that's why I'm buying this Ramjet. Is I missed out on every version of Skywarp. And then I was like, I'm not paying $199 for Skywarp, and then I missed it. And now it's like 3 something. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make that same mistake. At this point, I just have to eat that $200 and.
So you're okay? See, $200 to me for a Seeker is fucking ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous, but I don't want to pay $3. You know what I mean?
Why?
So I'm like,
why don't you just not buy it?
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not? Just say fuck
that shit. Fuck that.
I just want to. I don't know. I mean, I need to complete. Not that I need to complete it, but I need to complete that. I have a set of figures I need, and I gotta complete it.
Well, yeah, because they're gonna do the other 2, but I'm not gonna give them money for that shit. That shit looks horrible, son. I'm not gonna give them money.
See, I don't think it looks that bad.
I
don't think it looks that terrible.
If you gotta say, I don't think it looks that. If you gotta add that in there, like what I'm saying, you gotta qualify it. Then yeah, it's not. No.
I mean, but.
No,
that's what Transformers is all about. If you really think about it, even third party, you're really looking at it like, okay, I can mess with that. It doesn't look that bad, or it's close enough.
Oh, not
We're
in my
not
collection.
talking about. We're
Not
not
in my
talking about
collection,
pussy. This ain't the same shit.
See
Not
that?
in my collection, homie.
That's right. If it looks that like
It ain't
it's a
that
different story.
bad.
Yeah, nah. You know what?
It's okay.
When you're
I'd hit it
priced
again.
around, when you're priced at let's say at max about $79 or so, I could say, you know what, that ain't that bad, or that it's cool. I can get that. But when you cross over that $125 mark and you're like over a fucking 130, over 140, no, you gotta be good to go. You gotta be squared away. You're not gonna. And to be that close to 200, it should be really square with, not a fucking retool. You know what I'm saying? That's not. No.
I mean, that's where they kind of. I mean, that was my deal with Acid Storm, and actually I bought the Acid Storm I got from you, Mike. And
hey, look at that.
Making things happen.
Yeah.
But I'd hit him up too, and he's like, "Well, I got one." I said, "Look, I'm not even gonna try and like lowball you." I said, "I'm looking for one only because I feel like I need to complete it, and this I want it for X amount of
He
dollars."
fucking lowballs the shit out of me for the Acid Storm, and then he pays $200 for a fucking Ramjet. What a cunt!
Hey, now
I'm just fucking kidding.
is that the Acid Storm that Tyler was saying that he wanted to get from you? Is that the secret?
Me? Oh, I don't know.
Or was it Soundwave Tyler was talking about?
No, Tyler was going back and forth about a Soundwave for a bit there.
Okay. Yeah.
But I had to tell him up front. I'm like, this shit ain't leaving the house for cheap. I'm just putting that out there right now. Some stuff is not leaving unless I get a lot of love back. But like the Acid Storm, I mean, that wasn't really that big a deal. That one's especially because he fluctuates all over.
Yeah, he does.
You can look one day and he's like 160, and then there's 10 more the next day for fucking 100 or whatever. So it's just like, I don't care.
Right.
Fucking,
the seeker hype is kind of out of control, I think now, and I'll be glad to see Make Toys put out theirs, and hopefully their price will be kind of decent, and kind of put the kibosh on some of the seeker hype, dude, because it's out of control.
Make Toys is pretty good, except for their headmasters, man. Are like, I think they're overpriced. So like, I'm looking at that going, dude, you guys are.
I don't know, that Coppola was pretty. He's a pretty hefty motherfucker for 130. It was like 140.
It's 130.
Yeah, I mean,
wait a minute, Jisk. Wait a minute, Jisk.
Yeah.
Wait,
he's as big as MP. He's as big as MP10.
Wait, hold on.
For less.
I already know where you're going.
Yeah, you know where I'm going, Jisk. You know where the fuck I'm going.
Where you're going.
You're gonna hold on. You pitch your pennies on the fucking Make Toy shit at $150, but you finna dump off $200 on a fucking on a two-headed.
But that's not an official product.
No, I don't have that opinion whatsoever. There's just some things. Look, I'm not happy about it, but I feel like it's like one of those things where you have to, like, you're getting ripped off, and you just have to fucking grit your teeth and take it.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
I mean, you don't have to. That's just how I feel
I
about
don't know what
That
you
sounded-
mean, sir.
That sounded sexy. Just saying.
it. No, I have a hard time spending over. Anything over 125 is rough. I'm looking at that going, damn, dude, it's more like $125 is my like comfortability point. Even with the fans toys Dinobots, it's rough. Like, dude, that $200 mark for those things is fucking rough.
I've paid less. I've paid more for a hard time.
What's that? Talk?
No, we just ignore Mike when he talks like that, dude. No, sir. I mean,
I did that shit at work the other day, man. My boss about shit his fucking pants, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a long, hard day," and I just immediately just kind of like did the little. And he just looks at me because we have the whole department, and I was like, "Is it gonna be real long and hard, or just?" Real long and real hard. And he turned about 35 shades of red, purple, and green, and then the meeting was over. So maybe that's my my wrap it up button.
Yeah, he's trying
when I start doing that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay for something as long as I feel that it's worth it. And if you feel like it's worth it, I don't see how you can feel like it's worth it. But if you feel like it's worth it,
I mean, and I don't. That's one of those things that I don't know how I'm gonna. I just don't want to miss it. That's really, I'm paying that so I don't miss out on it.
But that's the
because I know I'm not gonna get it cheaper.
That is the secret hype right there. That is the secret hype.
Yeah,
that
absolutely right.
Secret hype, man.
Because I don't know. I don't know if any of these other companies out there are actually going to make them.
Mhm.
You know, make toys eventually, but like I'm not waiting until 2019 to fucking get a Seeker that I could have gotten. You know what I mean? That now, if I would have bought it way back when, would have been worth $100 more than when I bought it. I mean, that's kind of part of the reason too.
Well, do you think?
Okay. To speak on that, you know what's funny is that people for a long time were complaining about the price of the original iGear Seekers being worth so much.
Yeah, that was.
And to
crazy.
hear you say, "Oh, I don't want to wait that long. I don't wait that long," so they don't want to pay $150 for Lightning, but they paid $200 some for the fucking Takaro.
Dude, if I could find those iGear ones, I'd buy those. If they were
I love
150
that
a piece, and I didn't have to buy all three at once, I would buy those iGear ones right now.
Well, you know, people were like dumping them off when fucking Takara announced that fucking Ramjet. People started.
Dude, it's just
dumping them
Dirge. And that's the only one everybody's selling is Dirge.
off.
Yeah, that's always.
It did turn to that. It did turn to that. You're right. It did turn to that because I sold mine.
And I don't know why. Like, that's the one they'll part with. I don't
Because
understand.
he's the ugliest fucking one.
Yeah,
Blue and brown. They're just like, fuck it.
He's the least desired one out of the three. But when I bought it and I had it in my hand, I mean, I was so hyped about that damn figure for so long and wanting it. Then I finally got it, and I took it out, and I just expected that like explosions and fireworks were gonna fly out of the box when I opened it. And I opened it and I pulled the figure out, and I was like, this is a regular Seeker, like.
There's nothing better about this at all.
It didn't feel good. And a little bit, and when I transformed it in that little bitty head, that little bitty Beetlejuice head, the shrunken witch doctor.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fucking iGear Dirge, dude. Like,
Oh, okay.
oh my god,
I was gonna say I love the first three. Love them. I wish I still had. The only one I have left is Destroyer, which is Skywarp, and I love them though.
They look good.
I like.
I don't know.
I still like them better than the MP11s. I don't.
Yeah.
There's just something about that mold I don't dig, but this one, I like it.
Well,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
But
the
if
Seeker
anybody
multi,
wants
like,
to
is
pay
good.
$10 cheaper for my Destroyer than the market value of MP11, Skywarp, I'm just saying, maybe we can make some money.
Yeah.
There's a 360 now. I'll do 340. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude, 360. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, that shit is insane, dude. Like, I saw a guy selling them. He had like the full set for over $1,000, a full set of 3, and I was like, no fucking.
Of what?
The
Coneheads?
Coneheads, yeah. The Iger
Oh, dude,
Coneheads.
they used to be $600-700 a pop.
I know, and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, no fucking way, dude, no fucking way.
Yeah, like, listen, all right, I may buy one for $200 if you're gonna like if he's like, all right, I'll sell them off one by one, then maybe, but I'm not dropping $600 at one time.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I
See,
will,
you guys say that, but
on
I
a
see
bunch of
people
different
paying.
things.
I see people paying $400, $500, $600 for fucking Eva Primes. So, to me, I'm like, this isn't really, this isn't as bad as you might think.
I guess it's fair to say that if you want it bad enough, whatever it is, you'll fucking find a way to come up with that money and pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I just don't trust, and that's the thing. Like, for an official, I'll pay more only because, again, I feel like it'll retain its value more.
Mm-hmm.
Except for tracks.
Yeah,
And G2 Sideswipe and Silver Streak and Smokescreen.
I don't have any of those, so that's good. But yeah, tracks. I lost money on it as soon as I fucking hit pay. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, those fucking figures. I'm skipping that fucking that Ramjet, dude. I'm skipping it with no problem. No problem at all. I'm not even gonna feel bad about it. Not even gonna have a fucking scratch in the back of my throat. Not an itch
I'm gonna
on
send you
balls.
mine to review it, and then if you break it, I'm gonna charge you $300.
Oh, you might as well just take his money now.
That's the setup. That's the fucking setup. Just don't feed into the hype, dude. Don't break fucking toys.
No, dude, I break shit all the time, dude. I don't.
No,
it
but
happens.
I don't. That's fucking Tyler shit, dude. But yeah, man. No, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I was just saying, it happens. Sometimes shit breaks. It's just how it goes. Those are the breaks.
Those the breaks.
Yep.
Oh, hey, speaking of stuff you got, did I tell you this? Because I want to talk about Botcon.
Go, man.
I did get something, but I'm not going to see it till fucking Thursday. Check that shit out.
What is it?
And it's fucking I think I put it in the chat a couple weeks ago that I had a line on it, but it's that like pre-Diaclone black and red fucking Omega Supreme. I did end up fucking snagging one for fucking super nice price.
Oh yeah,
but
you gonna pick it up for somebody at Botcon?
I'm gonna be getting it at Botcon. It's gonna arrive with my friend and his car, and we will rejoice.
So is that something for your personal collection, or are you trying to put that later?
Well, I'm gonna put a monstrous price tag on it, just to see what happens. Because when you're at the biggest convention, this is how you gotta look at it. If you're at the biggest fucking convention in the country, you might as well take a shot, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I've always said, if something's worth too much money, don't bring it to my house. And if it's everything it's supposed to be and it all checks out, then I'm thinking it's worth way more than I want to fuck with. So I'll put a price tag on it, see what happens. But if it survives the weekend, I will happily put that motherfucker on my shelf. Happily.
I mean, so do you have anything in your collection that you absolutely will never sell?
No.
That's
absolutely no. Well, no,
I'll
actually, no. I do, but they're customs from my Custrans cassettes. Those I'll never sell ever. That's it.
Cool.
That's it.
You had those custom. You had them custom made for you.
A couple of them were like to my ideas, and then a couple were some that he produced, like 4 or 5 of, or 3. And they are incredibly hard to get a hold of. So, plus because he's a friend of mine, and knowing him and some of his family and stuff, it's just that's, I don't even look at those. I mean, they're part of my collection, but I don't look at them the same way as I do everything else. You know what I'm saying? Those are like their own kind of keepsakes in a way, because he's become one of my better friends, and just all that mushy shit.
Right? Yeah, no, it's got sentimental value to you.
Yeah. So that's a little bit different story. But as far as like shit that I just randomly buy, I'd sell anything. I mean, can't be married to them. It's shit's gonna happen. I'm either gonna sell them or I'm gonna lose them at some point. So, at least make it on my own terms, I guess. But it would, it would take some serious work or some serious circumstances for quite a few of them to ever even be considered. But you just can't. You just can't hold that toy over your needs, I guess.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And is that JiskOne stuff that you're talking about, or is that some MP stuff?
Oh, I'm selling all my MPs just about, except for a few. I don't give a shit about it. Yeah, they're just
out of the game.
Nah, I don't know. I'm just kind of I'm comfortable with letting go of a lot of it and being able to get it later if I need to. I just kind of think MP is way overproduced for their price points, and I see a lot of people, because everything comes in waves, comes and goes in waves, and I'm like, it might be worth my time to save money now, sell the shit off, and then pick up, a couple big lots down the road and make money now and save money later. It's not like nobody has them. It's not like
right. Well, and
there's only 50 tracks, So
for me, that's the question too. Is like, yeah, right now, like MP is the hot thing. Like it is the wave. So once the wave dies, it's does the wave just die and these other companies are still out there and people just go back to whatever they were doing, or is it that it gets so whittled down that you only have like 3 or 4 companies, and that's where then if that's the case, like I'm not gonna lie, if you're looking to have monetary value for your collection, that's the best case scenario. Is for it to be just so whittled down that there's nothing, none of these companies are out there, and now the stuff that you have is hard to find. Because third party in general is just limited. I mean, you're getting limited runs on all this stuff, so it's not like it's sitting in a warehouse somewhere that they just never decided to put it out.
Yeah, it's a rainy day stock find.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, I just, I mean, every series, has ups and downs and so on and so forth. And it either ends up in the long run to be easily and reasonable to reacquire, or it shoots through the fucking roof. So, being how I am anyway, if it ends up shooting through the fucking roof and I sold a little too early, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And if I sell too early and it goes through the roof, then that means it was too expensive for me to get back into anyway, so I'm not really losing anything. You know what I mean? I'll be focusing on something cheaper, more fun, more affordable for me. That's why I'm having a real tough time right now, because I have a bunch of Prime stuff I want to sell at Botcon again. But I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, they're so fun and they were so cheap.
Right.
So,
Do you
but,
collect
you know,
anything else other than Transformers?
No, not
That
really.
fucking guy isn't. He's fucking Transformer bias.
I have a couple random GI Joes laying around. I dropped my phone.
Oh, I thought so. I was like, what the hell? So the black trucks that pulled up and kicked your ass.
My phone was like, fuck you, right off the cliff. No, I have a couple of GI Joes, but that's about it. But they're all related, you know, like different crossover sets with Transformers. So that's about it. I can't fuck with anything else. There's just too much. There's too many fucking robots to buy.
Mike won't even come on the fucking. Mike will not even come on the fucking show when we're talking about shit other than Transformers. Mike's like,
Transformers is not being on.
Hey, that's not like me saying fuck you. That's me saying I don't know a fucking thing about this shit, and other than sitting there and terrorizing you and saying stupid shit, I got nothing, man.
No,
So,
I'm
well,
fucking with you, Mike.
If you were to collect something else, what would it be?
Titties.
Fake ones? Silicone.
I mean, I don't know.
Like you walk into his room and he's got like
something,
a fucking shelf of bloody
be,
titties and shit just on the shelves and pinned to the wall.
I would. No, actually, I have to catch myself. I'm doing the work that I do. I'm always looking at like tools and toolboxes, and if I had the gumption, I would collect probably like high-end toolboxes. But I would do it the same way as I do with toys. I would buy them cheap as fuck and I would flip them because they're expensive as shit to buy brand new, but they're easy as shit to get used. And I don't know. That's just one of my things. I like a good sturdy toolbox to put my shit in. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Yeah, that's
something that fits a man's hands and a man's tools, and it keeps it safe and clean, away from the elements.
Brave, do you have anything that you won't sell? Like, do you have stuff like you absolutely won't sell it?
You know what? I always say that, I'm not going to sell this. I would never sell that. But I typically find myself, depending on the situation, putting that shit on the chopping block. There are a few things that I have reacquired that I absolutely will do my best to never sell again. You know what I'm saying? Like I got these, and those are mostly like import. They're mostly like import stuff. I got some like Votam stuff. I just recently reacquired those. So I really hate that I sold them the first time, especially when they shot up in price. So I'm never going to sell those again if I can help it. And then I have I have a piece from Play Arts Kai or whatever. It's a Final Fantasy piece. I think I've been pretty good so far as not to sell that. You know what I'm saying? So it's about a $400 or $500 set right now. So I'm trying to make sure I never sell that shit. So there are a few things in my collection that I say I would never sell. Like I got that fucking Chronos from Get Right Robot, and I got a fucking
shit.
Yeah,
that shit's gonna be on eBay next week.
Well, no, I mean that shit.
Call me, dude. If you're gonna put it on eBay, call me first.
I said it before, man. That shit's like it sits center shelf in my fucking Detox display, and I don't have any fucking intentions on. Like people be like shooting me offers and shit, like, and I'm like, nah, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's like a sentimental thing. And then I got like a Giga.
So all you're saying is the offers just ain't high enough yet.
Nah, man. Hey, you know what? When fucking Jason, I think I told the story. When Jason was working on this shit, he had a guy offer like $2,000 or some shit, and he's like, he'll split the money. It was some shit like that. He'll give me the money. He'll give me his Chronos, and I was like, nah, man, that shit means something to me, bro. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that, man. I can't get to a point where I'm pack ratting almost, and like if some shit has a sentimental value with me, that shit's staying, dog, and that goes beyond toys. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not fucking. There's no touching it. Nobody can fuck with it. It means something. So there are certain things I think that I'll probably never ever sell, and then there are those level of things where I say I'll never sell it, but then at the same time, that shit you might see that bitch up for sale, dude. So it kind of just depends on what I'm looking at the time and what I'm dealing with at the time and what's coming out at the time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right, yeah, no, I hear you. Sorry, I had to mute it. My kids are running around. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Did he just say he had to beat up his kids? What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Jeffrey, calm the fuck down. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Come here, you little shit.
I should have closed the door a little bit.
My bad. I thought you were gone. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, man, but nah, certain things I say I won't sell and I probably sell, and then certain things I'll like I said I would never sell my fucking Snapshot Spidey, which is a Marvel Legends figure, right? And I straight sold that bitch finally. You know what I'm saying? So it really just depends, dude. It really just depends.
What prompted you to sell it? Just one day you were just like, all right, I'm over it?
I wanted to get some other shit, and I think it just hit me. Like, I was like, okay, what do I have in here that's worth the most I can sell quick enough to get what I want to get? And I walked past it a few times, and I was like, ah. So I took pictures of it, and I put it up, and I put the price point pretty much maxed out at what it was valued at, like eBay prices. And I was like, if somebody wants it bad enough, then I'll sell it. But other than that, it'll stay here, and that'll be the excuse. Like I got a Figma Berserk Armor Guts that I had up recently, and it goes online for about $200 and above $200. I had it at $180 and then $175, and cats were trying to lowball me, and I really didn't want to sell it, so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna take it down. I'm not gonna sell it. So sometimes I'll do that. If you see me put something up and the price is like extremely high, or it's right at the value, I'm doing that because I really don't want to sell it, but I know I need to sell it. So if someone can convince me with the money, then it's gone. If not, it's staying in the collection.
See, right now Mickey's doing that thing that we always laugh at, except he's doing the seller version. So we always crack on buyers that are like, yo, I'll give you $3 for that $45 toy because this is for my kid.
Uh-huh.
And right now Mickey's like, I don't want to sell for a decent price because I'm a greedy fuck.
Yeah. That's about it.
That's like the equivalent argument, right? That's fair.
No, but you know what? That's the great determining factor for me. Like, if you're willing to pay for it, then I guess it's got to go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really want to do it. So, hey, matter of fact, you just said a little while ago about the fucking Botcon figure.
Because there's some things like, look, if there's you're as much sentimental value as it holds for you, sometimes like you're an idiot if you're gonna pass up on somebody else being an idiot and offering you too much money. You know what I mean? Like, not to say you're gonna take advantage of that person, but if that person wants enough, and sometimes it's too good to pass up.
No,
and that's just being smart.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely right, dude. And then I mean, if you look at, like, let's just say, like, I need this fucking money to pay for a new leg. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get this leg. So I may have said that I'm not going to sell my fucking MP10, but goddamn it, I don't want to run around on one leg. You know what I'm saying? So MP10.
I would hook you up. I would hook you up, but you're in that 5 foot territory, man. I'd have you all fucking crooked assed.
I had a one long leg bobble wop. The bobble wop.
Be like, no, I got my cane is built in.
You'd have a platform shoe and then a flip flop on the other side.
What about you? Just is there anything you wouldn't sell? Or did you want
no, I don't. I mean, I'm not attached to anything. Like, I collect Transformers, and as far as just toy stuff, that's it. And then I also collect spray paint, like vintage cans of spray paint and stuff like that. So there's some of those I would never sell, just because they mean a lot to me. But no, the Transformers wise, it can all. If I had to sell it all, it'll go.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this:
if you would have said sneakers, I would have beat the shit out of you.
I don't collect. And that's
Tyler.
Talk about something crazy. Is you want to buy somebody's used shoes? Like, I can't do that. That to me just seems gross. It seems gross to me.
Oh, hey, Tyler can jump on now.
Sweet,
Al Bundy in the house.
But just to finish, like, if I were to sell something, I would sell everything but Prime and Megatron. I would save those two till the end.
But which ones?
MP10 and then a Poly Megatron I got. I just collect MPs.
You can't mix the unofficial with that. It shouldn't be in your heart like that.
I don't own an official Megatron.
I know, right?
I don't.
Hey, so Just was asking us if there was anything that we wouldn't sell in our collection. So since you're here, Tyler.
Has everybody else already answered?
Yeah, anyone that matters.
Are we talking strictly toys, or are we talking all forms of collecting?
I don't know, Jisk. What are we talking?
Well, it could be either or. I mean, like as far as toy wise, like I just said, I would sell any toy. But the other thing I collect, and I don't, you weren't here for it, Tyler, was I collect like vintage cans of spray paint, and I wouldn't sell a lot of those.
Nice. I think toy. Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat with you, Jisk. Like if it's toy wise, like as much as I like this stuff, like I don't think I have anything in my collection that I'm like never gonna get rid of, ever. Looking at the other stuff I collect, I mean, there's some footwear stuff. Like there's like the Nike mags, like Back to the Future, and a couple other things like I probably wouldn't want to get rid of. But I think the only thing that I would like never ever get rid of is kind of what started me down this path. Like back in 1988, when Jordan was in the dunk contest, they used to play the Spike Lee commercials, right? Like, is it the shoes?
The shoes? Yeah.
Is it?
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. And it was, remember who shaved his hair first, remember who wore the baggy shorts, the gold chains, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. Anyway, like I used to think that commercial was so cool, and I used to hound my dad, hound him. Like, Dad, I want these shoes, I want these shoes, I want these shoes. And, like, I clearly remember we watched the dunk contest where Jordan beat Dominique. And the next day...
I remember watching that with my dad, as a matter of fact.
Oh. Yeah, so my dad took me down the next day and got me a pair of those shoes. And I wore those. Actually, him and I both got them, which I think is kind of the other thing that makes it really cool. Like, my dad and I had, like, matching Jordans. And I beat mine to death. And, like, I still have them. Like, they're thrashed. Like, they're falling apart, but I don't think I'd ever get rid of them. And then the funnier piece that I didn't find out till later was my dad was wearing them, and his brother started making fun of them. Like at the time, like that Jordan 3 was pretty progressive in the footwear industry. Like it didn't look like anything else.
Yeah.
And his brother made fun of him, so he put them away, and he completely forgot about them. And like that was really the end of it until we were moving. Like my parents were moving into a new house, and we were emptying out the house, and I found them. Like in the very back of a walk-in closet, like buried in the back, still in the box, still had the receipt for my pair and his pair.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was in the box, and he gave them to me. I mean, I can't wear them; they're too small for me. But like, I have that pair and the pair that I just totally thrashed. Like, I don't think I could ever part ways with those.
Yeah, that's like a pair that you get shadow boxed and you hang on your wall, like both of those pairs.
That shit touched me, yo. That shit touched me, Tyler. That shit touched me, yo.
Oh, is that why you overcompensate with your aggression? Because your dad can't take criticism on his attire?
Wait, what? Fuck you, Mike. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're just coming out of left field. No, I have to get aggressive. Like, before we jump on this podcast,
all right, can you stop saying like? Can you stop
hold on.
Hold on.
Tyler, please.
Anyway,
ready to say.
I have to start doing push-ups and jumping jacks before I get on this podcast. I have to get pumped up to put up with you, Mike.
All right. Well, that's good. Welcome back. And tell your dad I'm sorry, but he needs to fix his collar, and hopefully he can handle that.
Before Tyler comes on the show, he's like in his closet punching the wall.
Actually, you know what's funny? In the 80s, he was that guy wearing like the Lacoste polos with the collars popped up on them. That was him.
I knew you were a Lacoste kid, but you didn't have to tell me that.
Wait. What's wrong with Lacoste? What's wrong with Lacoste, buddy?
I'm more of a Ralph Lauren guy.
Yes,
Lacoste.
I'm a Ralph Lauren guy myself as well. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with Lacoste.
There we go.
So,
well, show's over. Bye-bye.
Hey, how's your day going there, Tyler? Since you're just not cutting on, how was your day, man?
What was that?
I said, how's your day going so far, buddy?
It's all right. I mean, I'm just getting home. I had some business things to take care of today. I really can't get to them here, but if you guys want to talk about it offline, I'll be happy to share.
Nah, we don't want to know your fucking personal business like that.
Nope.
Yo, Tyler, I want to ask you, are you getting that MP Ramjet?
Oh, nice.
You know what? If I see him at this collector's con tomorrow, if somebody's got him. Like, I want to see him in person, but I'm not not opposed to getting him. I mean, I don't have the the eye gear ones, so.
Now, why are you considering getting it, Tyler? Because that shit is horrible.
I mean, it's out now. Like, I don't have the eye gear. Like, I don't want to pay for the eye gear. I think the Toy World ones aesthetically look good, but I don't really want to wait for them to come out.
Right.
Plus, I mean, I could get the MP Ramjet and then maybe get an eye gear one, and then maybe get a Toy World one. So they look alike, but just different.
And where are you on the? Just backtrack a little bit. Where are you on the MP Soundwave? I mean Shockwave.
Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave.
I was about to say Shockwave. I got him. He's paid for. He's sitting in a pile of loot right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll get him.
Now, what are your feelings? A look at him. What are your fuzzy feelings about him?
From talking with people that have him in hand, like the height doesn't bother them as much as they thought it would. It's the color. The color bothers them more than anything.
Oh, so. Surprise! I hear and I know, Tyler.
You what? What did you just say?
I love you, man. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here.
Listen, man. Listen. I think I might have broke up one podcast last night. I don't need to break up this one too.
Oh, that was you? Oh, see, we're not allowed to talk about that.
No, we're not talking about it. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Don't be coming to my house trying to fuck up my shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
I almost
all right, you calm down.
I almost had a fucking...
You go do some pull-ups.
Hey, so
when you get to 35 reps at 25 pounds, 6 hours a day or less, then you can come talk to me. All right? Take your protein.
Botcon. Okay, so where are we on Botcon? Let's go into this Botcon conversation.
I just fucked up Mickey's whole life making him laugh.
You got my shit all fucking. I'm all out of fucking. Oh god.
Yeah, Botcon. I know Mickey's not going. Tyler's not going.
I'm not going.
Jisk ain't going. You guys suck. I'm fucking going.
Is anybody going?
Fuck yeah, a lot of people are going. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like more people there than on this show right now. So what?
Capture Praise going to
I hope so. There's 4 of us.
Did you guys? I know you guys saw. Wait, you guys definitely saw the email that came out, right? A little update to the fucking policy and the room policy.
Yeah.
This is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to get into. This is the final fucking Botcon. They're supposedly going to go hard. Supposedly. Clarify, Mike. Go ahead. Clarify for us, for a listening audience.
Well, I'm just saying they've had a final Botcon before, and then it came right back like the next year or the year after, just a different company. So I don't know. It's supposed to be the last one as Botcon is in its current form, and they're supposed to be changing into something else with Hasbro, possibly going forward with other business companies. Correct? Yep.
Okay.
Well, didn't they trademark CyberCon or CybertronCon or something like that? So
yes, they did. So Botcon, as we know it, is coming to an end. Something else is coming from it. But Botcon for this last go around is going to be what, in you guys' opinions? Like, what do you think? What do you guys see this convention going to? How successful do you see it being, or whatever?
Like, do you think they're going to be? Are they going to blow it out? Basically, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like, is it going to be blowout? Is it going to be like the best Botcon ever? Worst Botcon ever? Is Capture Prey going to get kicked off the fucking cellar floor? You know, are they going to be going?
Dude,
are they going room to room?
That would
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, straight up, that would be dope as fuck to see some people getting yoked the fuck up. Like, I ain't picking sides with nobody, no retailer. I don't give a fuck. But it ain't like they didn't know ahead of time.
Well, that's what I want.
If I get to see somebody get straight fucking repoed the fuck up out of the dealer room, dude, I'm gonna be laughing the whole fucking time.
I mean,
I don't care if it's the guy next to me. I'm gonna be like, ha! You're fucking dumb, dumbass.
If it's the last Botcon, I'd be selling third party. What are you gonna do? It's not like you're ruining it for next year. I'm there to make some money then at that point.
But see, that's the thing you don't know, because they are licensed by Hasbro. So what if you get on a shit list as a retailer with a business you fucked yourself in the ass with
I just
a
come back
fucking
as a new business name for the next convention.
Oh, nah, I don't know, man. Because you don't register just as a business. They take down all your personal info, too.
Oh,
So,
dude,
just
there's ways
saying.
around that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I'm sure there is. But the thing is, if you're... all right, the way I'm arguing this is that if you're dumb enough to do this shit, that means you're going to be dumb enough the next year or the year after to run your fucking mouth to the wrong person that is going to fucking rat you out anyway. So,
I'm sure.
you're not really getting a step up.
Well, I think there's
I don't
going to be a lot of that, man. I think there's going to be a lot of people like burning some bridges and trying to throw some stuff in some people's faces, and I think it may come to bite them in the ass next year.
When
Mickey,
they say
you want to go ahead before
April
I get into
Fools,
this?
we're really coming back.
Well, no. Here's what I'm.
Well, I don't. Well, that's the thing. Like, nobody's saying that these people are not going to be involved next year, and if they're going to do this CyberCon or whatever they're calling it, like, if some of the same people that are working in this are working in that, because if you think about it, like, putting together these big conventions, there's a lot of work that goes into these things.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they, if it's Fun Pub, maybe they bring them in maybe they actually start working for Hasbro, and maybe that is their job role, is these conventions and that kind of thing. And you're going to go out there and you're going to burn these bridges and kick people while they're down, piss on people. And it's going to come around next year, and all these same people, or some of the same people, are still in charge, or are involved in one way, shape, or another. I think there's going to be some surprises next year whenever this new convention gets announced.
I'm of a mind I'm of a mind on the same track of what Tyler's saying, because we don't know what it's going to look like. No one knows what it's going to actually look like. We just know that some things have been said, and fucking supposedly Fun Pub is out. But if you really consider the traditional way that a company merges with another company, you typically see that the pieces on the ground, the feet on the ground are kept in place, and usually the upper management, they may go. Some people may find positions within the new entity that's formed. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very reasonable to expect that the guys who've been running it and keeping things moving all this time, I think those guys are still going to be in place, just under a different name, under a different title, under a different banner, I guess. You never know. It could be a whole different set of motherfuckers, but I don't see that, because now you got to start fresh on something that's been working. You know what I'm saying? So I think that anybody that comes in, and I'm not saying that I disagree with guys finding ways to do their fucking room deals and their outside sales and their third party sales. I'm not saying. I think they should go all out on doing it, but just be smart about it and not burn the bridges. And I think that there are going to be some guys that are dumb enough to burn the bridges.
Yeah. Now, see, as a person that went last year, going this year, I think a lot of these instances are going to be very quiet, if they even happen at all, because generally most of the people I run into at Botcon aren't there to have a fucked up time and do stupid ass bullshit other than have fun. And so what I'm getting at is that they're pretty clear about what is accepted and is cool with the room to room trading and the dealer floor and the advertising, right? Mm-hmm. So you brought up Captured Prey. They are advertising 2 different events featuring third-party products. One, which is competing across the street with Botcon, while I'm pretty sure they advertise that they're going to be selling inside of Botcon as well. So,
now, do you see that changing? Right? Do you see them changing that shit?
Well, see, this is the thing, is I haven't really looked that far into it, because I'm personally, I don't really give 2 shits either way. Because I know what I'm doing, I know what I need to do to be on my P's and Q's so that I can make some money for myself. That's all I really fucking care about, to be honest. Because, if anybody's coming into my room, if I got to do a fucking pat down so that they don't try to set me up for some bullshit, hey, that's just how it's gonna go.
You dirty? You riding dirty dog?
Because, that's what I'm saying, though, is I was actually thinking about concentrating more on room sales and trading at first, but now I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want to fuck with that, because you never know when that one motherfucker that's just being stupid gets you caught up in something that fucks you up. So,
damn it!
What I'm saying?
He's onto us. He's onto us, Mickey. We can't let him up.
But what I'm saying though is, so with this Botcon shit, like, as far as attendees, I think people are, everybody, wants to jump on the bandwagon, or, they want to get their shots in, and that's cool. But I mean, in general, I don't think it's really going to be that big of a deal, except for people that really start crossing the line where, like, you're setting up big ass fucking displays of third party shit, and you could say, well, I'm not a dealer, it doesn't matter. But they put that wording in there specifically. So if you start advertising that you have that shit,
yeah,
and you're inviting people to your room, and you're using that's another thing, if you notice, is they say everything you do to promote has to be in a central location that's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
That way they can monitor everything. So if they look up your name and then they see third party shit is available or whatever, that's where you're going to run into trouble. But if you're probably just saying, hey man, if you need a Toy World Orion, I got one in my room, you're probably all right. But if you try to put a picture up of that motherfucker in the hall or wherever, then you're trying to say, hey, I got cases of this and cases of that, those are the guys that are probably going to be fucked up.
Well,
but as far as like
I just picture
personal
dudes walking around there with a trench coat, like opening it up, like, oh, I got some shit.
I think I saw that guy today on the corner in Brooklyn.
But
gravity builder,
and I said this before though, I said this before though, most people that go to Botcon, and it's like an overwhelming number, they don't give two shits about third party, or they don't even know what the fuck it is. It's a lot of just people that it's just not on their mind. They just want to go, they want to have fun, they want to buy their G1 shit or their Masterpiece shit or their Beast Wars or whatever, or they want to hang out with the artists. And actually the comics are huge. They have a huge following, and that's a bigger chunk of Botcon than most people realize. It's just, because we all know what the fuck is going on, it seems like a bigger deal, but it's really, for the masses, this is nothing. Like, this is something they will never think twice about. But still, if a business says you want to make some money with us, these are the rules. I think if you're gonna be that ballsy to just fucking try to sell not only at that show but then compete with it, if you get the fucking boot, I am more than happy to fucking laugh my ass off all the way to the fucking bank on that shit. Because you know what? Yeah, you're still gonna make your money across the street, but you're losing money that you could have had. And to me, that's what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny. Even just that weekend, the amount of sales that a big retailer can make in Botcon is fucking retarded, man. And to just throw that away so that you can get third-party fanboys in, to me, that's not a safe bet, because, I mean, customers are fickle enough, but there's so many more fucking people that are going to be at Botcon than across the fucking street.
Can I go now?
That's just the stat. That's just how it is.
Can I go now, Mike? Can I go now?
You already fucking talked. Shut up.
Damn, Mike. Can I go?
I'm the one going. I'm the one fucking going to Botcon. Fuck you, not attending motherfuckers. No. Talking about I got real life problems. I got to pay for my house. Fuck that house. Go to fucking Botcon. Then talk to me.
Fucking wrong, Mike, dude. So no, here's what I'm gonna say. I think that people will definitely try to do their fucking room sales. I personally don't see the purpose in setting up a show that's going to fucking a side show to compete with Botcon, because Mike, I think you're right. You're going to make a lot of money inside a dealer room any fucking way, right? But I think when you talk about like some of the more major the more major online sellers and some of the guys who deal more so in fucking third party, those guys are going to want to move that fucking product, because I know I've been there and I've seen, whereas everybody has the fucking same shit. So the only way you're really fucking getting a leg up over this guy or that guy, and I said it before, is by price. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, everybody's got motherfucking Cabana Wars, fucking Bruticus on their fucking shelf. So how do you get a leg up over the other guy except for your price? You know what I'm saying? Unless you got some abstract shit that no one else has seen. People are going to sell third party there. You know what I mean? So, and there are definitely ways around every standard they've set as far as trying to stop you from selling it. You know? So I just hope the guys who do it are smart about how they do it. And don't just go in like, fuck it, I'm going to burn the bridge down. I don't give a shit. I want to watch the world burn. You know, because that wouldn't be very smart. That wouldn't be very smart.
And Mike, since you go every year or most every year, do you see that happening? I mean, can you think, without even, you don't have to name names, but can you think of a few people like, oh, I bet you these people do it? And you don't have to name names, but can you see people doing that?
Not really. I mean, when I saw it last year, because I don't go every year. I just went last year for the first time, but I'm going this year. And I go to shows, but And it wasn't really.
Just, who's trying to give him no fucking preferential treatment? Like
I didn't know. I thought I didn't know.
So, something that came in my head though is to put this into perspective, right? Like, so say whatever company, say Capture Prey, they're doing this third party thing, and it's going to make them extra money, yada yada yada, right? So imagine why the big boys aren't doing that then. If there's that much money in the third party, why isn't Big Bad Toy Store going to do it? Why are they? Why won't they burn that bridge? You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I'm saying though. Is
do you actually believe they're not going to do it because they have done it? They have.
Well, but they have more to lose than what some of these guys do. Like Big Bad Toy Store, like
exactly.
Hasbro is to them. Hasbro is just not Transformers, and you don't want to piss off one of your larger, if you want to call it one of your vendors or whatever. I mean, they got more to lose than what.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is that. Doing dumb shit like this is thinking small scale and fucking short-sighted, because when the big motherfuckers that make tens and hundreds of millions of dollars off this shit won't fuck with that, that's if you're a fucking business and you want to get bigger, you got to think like that. So to me, like, it ain't worth the chance. Like, and I'm just a fucking nobody. I ain't making no kind of money like that, but I'm still I love third party, but you think I'm fucking around even just to be funny? No, fuck no.
Well,
I want to be in there. I want to be able to make money, and I don't want to be on those shit lists. So that 2-3 years down the road, if I can't make money, then that hurts too. So fuck all that.
Let me pose this question to you guys: how many, that you could think of, how many like huge series over the top retailers are going to be at Botcon? Like the big boys, like let's just say that we could think of. Anybody?
We got Big Bad Toy Store, TF Source. Capture Prey isn't really all that big, but I think has Entertainment Earth been there?
They were there were they at last Botcon? I don't think they were at last Botcon.
I'm pretty sure they were at the one that was in Pasadena, because that was the one that I went to.
Yeah. So you figure, and them and Big Bad Toy Store are the two biggest in this side of the hemisphere, I think. But either way, the point is, with what I was saying is that, what I'm saying, if you're thinking you just want to do something to be spiteful this one fucking time, like, to me, I'm still just gonna laugh at you because you fucked yourself. You know what I'm saying, over something so fucking dumb.
Okay, but moving past the what qualifies to get laughed at by Mike thought, right? I'm saying you only have possibly two, possibly three, like, major retailers that'll be there, like the huge, big, like Big Bad Toy Store, TF Source, and possibly Entertainment Earth. I can't think of anyone else. I can't think of anyone that
we'll see. All right, we'll see. I'm gonna counter you with this, is because just because someone ain't a major retailer. I gotta make my
fucking point before you can counter it.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mike. So what I'm saying is, okay, so you have a lot. How many deals are typically at Botcon or at a typical large convention? Can anyone kick that information out for me? Okay, well, fuck it then. We're gonna say maybe 100 dealers. I don't need your fucking numbers. I'll make up some. How you like that? So you got 100 dealers possibly.
What else is new?
Yeah, exactly. You got 100 dealers possibly that are going to be at the show. If not, maybe more, right? Out of those 100, maybe 2 or 3 are big. So you're still talking about 97 dealers that are going to be there that want to make money. And I promise you that those guys, a good majority of those guys, will want to sell third-party figures.
Okay, let me get in on this real quick. So, business world, right? So, big boys, Planet Earth, BBTS, whatever, like, they're moving massive quantities.
Right.
Yes, do they do more volume? Yes. Let's just say they lost to Hasbro. It's going to hurt. It's not going to hurt as much as, say, a Captured Prey, where all of a sudden Hasbro's like, okay, you want to play games? We're just going to cancel your account.
Right.
They can just stop servicing some of these, like, if you want to call them mid-level vendors, and then what are you going to do?
I'm not them. I don't fucking know what they're going to do. They're going to have to sell third-party shit.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I think people need to take a step back, be rational, and I know this is a Transformer fandom. Do not act out of emotion. And if you're going to go, put yourselves in Fun Pub shoes. If you were involved in this and you put forth all this work, all this effort, all these things, and you did not want that stuff there, and you have people that are just going to undermine your, if you want to call them your wishes or whatever, like, and even say this is the last one, they themselves may decide they want to be more petty.
Yeah, and that's I wanted to get to that too. I wanted to get to that question too.
They may be more strict this year than the last few years, just because it is quote unquote their last year.
Okay, so let me ask the emotional question. Let's deal with the emotions of it then. All right, because we've been talking about like the sellers who want to, like the perspective of sellers who want to just stick it to Fun Pub because they're so pissed off at Fun Pub. So question one, you guys really think there are that many fucking people that just really just dislike what Fun Pub has done with fucking with Botcon up to this point and just really want to just fucking put their finger in their eye in some way, form, or fashion?
Do you know our fandom? Do you know our fandom?
I'm asking for your opinions on it. I mean,
Brave? I know you get on the internet because how much spam you put out. Do you pay attention to other people in the fandom?
I'm not saying. Listen to me. I'm introducing the question. I'm not saying whether I think it is or is not. I'm just introducing the question for you guys to go over it and put out your feelings on it. Because I personally think that a lot of motherfuckers really dislike where Botcon is gone and really dislike what Fun Pub has done with it. I personally think that. But then being at Botcon last year and seeing how many motherfuckers were just so head over heels about Botcon, those same guys who know nothing about third party shit, who give a fuck less about third party shit, they don't seem to have any issue with Fun Pub and Botcon. So and then you know there are the fucking defenders of Fun Pub and Botcon. You see them making comments every day in the groups. So that's what I'm asking you guys. Do you really think there are that large of a number of people who just really want to put their finger in Fun Pub's face and laugh at them and say, "Ha ha, you lost out"?
They already do that verbally, but this question started when we were talking about like the dealers and shit. The people that are that fucking spiteful, they're not going to pony up the money to get a fucking dealer booth just to fucking put up a couple third-party items to say "fuck you." It ain't that cheap to do all that. So
yeah, I think the type of people that are that adamant to say, "Oh, you guys fucked up" or "F you" are the type of people that are not even going to the convention in the first place. And I don't know enough about
maybe they're the
Botcon
ones that just go and hang out across the street, you know, or they set up shop across the street. Who knows? I mean, maybe you know, maybe that's a marketing ploy for later that we're not really considering as viable. Is that Capture Freight can be like, we were the ones that said "fuck you,"
you know, even though "fuck you" in Fun Pub.
Even though then we could be like, yeah, but Agabus did that shit the year before, so you know it's okay. But you know, but
how did that go? I mean, did that go off well? Was that a big enough thing for Agabus when he set that thing up across the street?
Doesn't look like they're doing it this year, so I don't know what that means. But I mean,
I know it was
not a welcome addition within
when I was over there,
the rank and file.
There were a lot of people there when I was over there. I can't say what their sales were, you know, but they had a lot of people over. They did draw some pretty good crowds. You had to hit Agabus up on that one. So
but I would think if it went that good, that they would probably try to do it again. I mean,
it was just them, or it was a whole bunch of different people?
Is Tyler still on?
Yep,
I'm on.
Okay, go ahead.
It was as far as I know, it was just Agabus, and then the guy that does the art for Fans Toys. And I think it was just them. But see, when I went, it was kind of late, and it was just a group of us, like 7 or 8 people that went, and it would already kind of died down by then. But I mean, personally, I figure if it actually ended up worth the trouble and the money, that they would have fucking just done it again. Right. You know, unless maybe the only viable spot they had was already taken, and then so they just said fuck it. But because I mean, that shit ain't cheap. You know, like that motherfucker, he rented out like a whole conference room, and you know, I mean, shit, a dealer booth is expensive enough. I mean, you want to talk about some real costs.
Well, here's what I do remember. I do remember him saying, God, I hope I'm correct on this. I do remember him saying that that the cost for that conference room they got, or that little ballroom they had, was less than what they paid for their dealer booth. I do remember that.
For the whole weekend?
I could be wrong, but that's what I do remember that. So, I mean, because the word was that they said the cost for them to set up all that shit was minimal. You know what I'm saying, compared to the cost of what they spent to do the whole Botcon deal. And I don't want to misquote him, man. I don't want to go so far as to say that they made out better at the fucking at their event than they did at the fun pub event. But I will say this: I saw when I went there, the dealer room had just closed at Botcon, and I went over there and checked the shit out. And it was starting to die down a little bit then, but there were a good amount of people there. You know what I'm saying? And I will say there was more people there at that time than I think I saw at their booth. Not trying to shit on their booth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't run their books. I can't really say whether they made more here or there. But either way, all of it goes back to their pockets. You know? And I think that
I'm with you.
Go ahead.
I was saying I'm with you, Mike. Like, it's telling if they're not there the next year.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't have been. I would assume it wasn't amazing. I mean, obviously things do come up, and sometimes you can't just be places. But if it was so good, you would go out of your way to make sure you were there.
I think they caught hell for that shit, though. They caught hell for that. I do remember that clearly. They caught some serious hell for setting up that shit across the street.
Yeah, but who gives? I mean, I understand being in there, but if you're across the street, it's a totally different hotel. I mean,
but that goes back to what Mike and Tyler was saying, as far as not. You know what I'm saying? Not think as a business thinking about what it's going to cost you in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can see why
I think,
do it again.
Yeah, the main problem, though, is that they took up space on a Botcon dealer floor event to advertise a competing event running concurrent. That's the issue.
And that I understand totally.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to me, I didn't really give two shits either way, but, I mean...
You never give two shits about anything.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's nothing I would ever fucking do, because my thing is, if they're giving you the fucking rules ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't... To me, that's like bitch shit. Like, you know the fucking rules. If you don't fucking like them, you ain't got to be a fucking dumbass about it. Just fucking do something else. You know what I'm saying?
You can make the argument that they paid the booth price to have a booth there, and whatever they do in their, I mean, they're not by advertising something. I don't know if that was against the rules last year by advertising something else.
Well, there were
that's the thing though.
There were rules about the advertisement. There were rules.
About but I'm only talking about this year right now. I'm just saying, these rules were laid out well ahead of time. They were laid out before you could even pay for the shit. So you can't say, "Oh, you changed it after I paid." They told you this before you could pay. So if those are the fucking rules. Those are the fucking rules, and that's just how I am. Like, if I know the rules and I don't like them, I don't fuck with it. Or I don't fucking do dumb shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, hey, if you want to run a whole event separate, fucking do it. But don't try to make it like, well, we wanted to do that and this, even though it was against the rules, and now we're going to play a fucking victim. That's what I don't want to see. Because if I see that shit, then I'll be a little pissed off. Because I'll be like, nah, you're not a fucking victim. You're a fucking dumbass, all right? Don't fucking play that bullshit. Because that's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, that's just fucking retarded. You should sit and fuck with that.
No, what I was gonna say, Mickey, was like, how many cons have you gone to where they're advertising like the next con? And I'm not saying like their own, and I'm not saying like a giant banner, but like you're walking around, people are handing out flyers, or people have some sort of sign.
Every con.
Yeah, it's like every con. There's something like that.
But they're not advertising shit that's going on at the exact same time.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. It's not simultaneous, but it's just like next month, next week, whatever it is.
Let me say this. If we stretch it and step out of just the con thing, right? I've been to many events, all kinds of different events, car shows, all kinds of shit, right? Where people are advertising for shit that's going on because there's a crowd there, so they're advertising for shit that's going on in the vicinity. Things that could be considered as fucking, I guess, competition, and people are doing it. I'm not sure if they were breaking the rules at the time of doing it or not. I think the issue with Botcon is that. And I think the issue that a lot of people have is that Botcon is so fucking anal about making sure that nobody advertises anything other than their shit there. You know what I'm saying? I think that's part of the issue. And I'm not saying I am for or against it. I'm just saying I think that's part of the issue. Because if not, where does the whole Botcon fun pub Nazi shit come from? It comes from them saying no third party, no this, you can't do this, you can't have a flyer here, you can't put this on the flyer. That's the kind of shit they do. And I think a lot of people are upset about that. They're not upset about it. They're upset about it for a reason. So I think that's part of the issue, man.
Well, you always have people. Doesn't matter what it is. You always have people that want to try to rebel against the. I don't want to call it authority or the rules, whatever. But there's always that set of people that always want to do what someone outlines and says that no, you can't do that. Versus, even if they would have said no, you can't do that, they probably wouldn't have done it in the first place. But they're going to do it just because you told them they couldn't do it.
That's typically me.
Yeah.
That's typically
That's
me.
some habitual line steppers, man.
I'm just gonna throw this shit out there. I am typically for the people that are typically breaking the rules smartly. I'm all for that shit, dude. I'm all for it, man. I don't know why. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I fucking like it.
Is that why one of the mods in your group is banned for ripping people off on TFW?
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Well, there it comes.
Oh, you don't be watching your peeps, bro?
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't have any mods in my fucking group. What are you talking about?
You don't have any or admins or whatever?
No. In Bray's toy review, Mike, motherfucker. What I have is, okay, so the way it works in Bray's toy review group, right? Because the group is set up for everybody to post.
Look at he's skirting responsibility.
No. I'm laying this shit clear to make sure it's understood. The way it's set up is the group is the purpose of the group is for you guys and anyone who knows anyone who's doing anything in the hobby or in the community to be able to promote their shit. But the way it was working before was that you got to go through me. Like when you post your shit, I got to okay it to make sure you're not selling sunglasses or trying to sell stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had to okay everything. So I got to a certain point where certain people I know were constantly posting, like say TJ Duck, or let's say I don't know, fucking Bobby's doing his reviews or whatever, Deluxe. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are posting reviews constantly. I gave them admin rights so that way they can post without having to get the okay from me. That's it. But there are no admin in fucking Brady Stories because it's not that kind of group. Mm-hmm. Now, motherfucker. Now. So back to what I was saying though. So like, all right. So let's go around. Let's go round robin right quick. Let's go round robin just to get a feel of where everybody's at. All right. Who thinks that motherfuckers should not even bother with trying to do their own thing, whether it's smart, dumb, or whatever? Who thinks that motherfuckers shouldn't even bother with trying to set up a third party deal, selling deal, or whatever?
Just go first.
I'll go first. For me on this, it's not that I don't think that they should bother, but it is the risk worth the reward, and it doesn't sound like it in this case that it is. I've never been to Botcon. I don't know a whole lot about it, but if what Mike is saying is true, that there are, and I believe this, but that there's probably a lot more people who have no idea about third party, and so they're just there for official stuff in whatever capacity it happens to be there. It may not be worth the trouble, and that's how I would look at it. Is if it's worth the trouble, then it's worth going out on a limb for, if you don't care about burning the bridge. That's just kind of how I look at it. I know that's not really a definitive answer, but
okay, who's next?
Tyler.
Well, you are asking the capitalist on the podcast. I think there's a time and a place for everything, and I'm not going to tell you not to bring it. I'm going to tell you if you are going to bring it, be prepared, be smart about it, and like just said, does the risk outweigh the reward? I wouldn't do it blatantly. Keep it in your rooms, keep it quiet, and I would say if it's person to person, attendee to attendee, you're probably not going to run into an issue. But if you start bringing in cases of shit, you're probably going to get caught. People like to talk in this fandom.
Yeah, I mean, really, if your point is to go to Botcon every year, then just don't fucking do it. It's just that simple. If you're going to go there as a seller, then you're probably just better off just keeping your nose clean.
Where are you at on it, Mike? I mean, we know, but it's still.
I hope, honestly, you're.
And this is why I left you for last. Go ahead, Mike.
Shut the fuck up! Jesus Christ. I hope a shit ton of people do it. Honestly, I hope a shit ton of people do it. I like chaos. I like the chaos. I like the thought of, holy shit, what do we do with 1,500 people with third party shit that we explicitly said can't bring that shit?
Hey,
I don't know. I don't hope I hope nobody does it out of like a super crazy spiteful way. But you know what? I mean, if somebody wants to do it, just keep that shit off my table and out of my room, and I'm more than happy to fucking laugh about the shit, look at the, hear about it and all that shit. I really don't care, honestly.
What if what Mike says happens? Like,
but it's still gonna be funny. Like, I still want to be able to laugh about shit. I got a couple people I know that are gonna be there, a couple people staying, blah blah blah. It's gonna be a kick-ass time either way. And but I don't know. I think that's a pretty interesting mixture. Is what if someone made like a concerted effort to like overrun the entire thing in a non-disturbing way, like not like throwing fucking cases of third-party shit at people, but like handing out third-party freebies. Like, what can you possibly fucking do to defend against that? And
just
it's
a
not hurting
third-party
anything.
flash mob.
Yeah, like that would actually be kind of dope.
Well, yeah. I was going to say the rules say explicitly no selling any non-licensed product. They didn't say anything about giving it away for free, right?
Yeah, see?
That would be fucking funny. That would be funny. I think I
don't know. I don't want to see people get like super crazy butthurt and, you know what I'm saying? Like try to get in fights with people, like legit fights, because, not many of us in the nerddom are really meant to be doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I know some dudes that I'm cool as shit with, but I'm like, if I ever see you try to throw a punch, I'm probably gonna fucking throw up. You know what I mean? Your body is not meant to move in that athletic of a manner. So I don't know. I just hope it all goes fun. Whatever the fuck happens, I hope I can laugh at it. And that's it. But
Mike, are you saying just because a guy collects some toys, he can't start some shit?
Well, a lot of them can start some shit on a keyboard. I mean, you got to remember, I'm going to get shot at Botcon anyway, so it's all good. So I need as much entertainment before that happens as possible. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to go.
Is that what
out.
Somebody told you?
I'm gonna get Second Amendment.
Jisk, I put a bounty out on him.
Oh.
No, it's them chosen Prime boys, man. They're going to Republican my ass right in the ground.
Republican your ass. Ridiculous. Oh shit!
You should just
man.
call them TCP boys.
Hey, Jisk, if you're not familiar, that was actually Mickey's nervous laugh. Because I don't think you know about this part.
I don't.
This cat said
I can be at the last Botcon. I can be the first legit assassination at Botcon. It would only be fitting for my story in collecting. Yeah, somebody finally capped that motherfucker.
Okay, so last Botcon.
Perfect feedback, my ass, bitch.
last Botcon question. First, let me say, Mike, I ain't got a nervous laugh. I don't get nervous. One. All right. Mm-hmm. So now, as far as the last Botcon question, going back to what we said earlier, how many of you guys really think that because this is Botcon possibly going out, Fun Pub probably going out, they are like really being anal and being assholes about it on purpose? Because I don't really think so. But I mean, I could be wrong. What do you guys think?
I look at it like this: like if it's your last year doing something, and because a main company pulls out, are they pulling out because it's just your contract is up? Then you're like, no, let's have it to be a good time. The only reason I could see Fun Pub blowing it up is if they're having a dispute and that's why it's ending. Otherwise, there's no reason to. You know what I mean? Yeah,
we just don't know. Mike?
No, you don't.
Hold up. No, I think you're 4 years fucking late because they've been talking about third party being banned for 4 fucking years now. This is nothing new. They're just wording it more strongly, but it's the same fucking shit that a lot of people blew off and brushed off to the side and didn't want to pay attention to or tried to play ignorance. So now they're like, all right, look, it's been 3 fucking shows in a row. You tried to play stupid before. So this year, guess what? We're dropping, maybe now you can read it in terms that let you know we can and will drop the fucking hammer. You've had 3 years to prepare, 3 years of warnings. It's time to cut the bullshit. Maybe that's what it is.
Tyler?
I think it's going to depend on the temperature of the water. I think if vendors and the attendees come out like guns a-blazing, like, fuck it, it's going down, so, we're going to kick it while it's down, I think that they'll react probably more aggressively than what they traditionally would, but I don't think they would go out, like, purposely, like, all right, it's day one. Like, I don't think they're walking around with their hammers just waiting to come down on people. But if people have, all kinds of stuff set up, or if they start getting, wind of things right away, I could see them stepping up the aggression on their half.
Well, see, hey, Mike, you remember last Botcon, the guy with the spikes in his hair and the fucking stack shoes? Remember that guy?
And the what?
There was this guy. He's like one of the fun pub guys, one of the top guys. He had he had the whole punk rock metal look going on with the fucking the mohawk made of spikes and shit. And he had the leather and the chains and the leather pants with the fucking 5-inch stack shoes and shit. You remember that guy? So he was
you remember, Mike? Those were the boots that Brave wanted, so he could be 5'6".
So this guy was walking around like he was security dude, and he was looking for. He was like, I wish a motherfucker would type, walking around looking for people and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, I think that goes back to the whole element of people being irritated with Fun Pub and how they do shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that guy was like, he was like on some Nazi shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially that last dinner when he was going, which again, like you said, Mike, they did put the rules out. Hey, no phones, put your phones down, blah blah blah. So then at the dinner, this guy was going around table to table, telling people to put their phones down. Might have even took some people's phones, like high school principal style. You know what I'm saying? So they do kind of go out of their way to fucking check people. You know, and I'm thinking that maybe that with them having announced, or with it having been let out that this is the last Botcon possibly, that they're expecting people to fucking come out of the fucking murky water with all of their third party shit, like fuck Botcon, we don't gotta do what they say, fuck Fun Pub. And so maybe they are bringing their security level up a little bit and ratcheting down.
I hope they are, and I hope every one of them motherfuckers gets kicked out, because one less dealer on the floor with me is more money for me.
This guy right here.
I'll be like, oh, did he have 3 booths? Man, I could fill every one of them tables. Just bring them over here. It's cool. It's cool.
Hey, so
not to go down this.
Go ahead.
I was saying not to go down this sidetrack, but I'm a grown man. Don't ever. Somebody try to take my phone away from me, even if it's not allowed. Get the fuck out of here. It'll never happen. Never.
Yeah, but bro, he had fucking platform boots.
I don't give a shit.
I don't know, man. Like, I've been in some strange spots, but I think if a dude with some platforms on came at me, I might just be, I might be stuck for a minute. Like, what?
Yeah.
What? Am I allowed to hit you without that being a hate crime, or like, are we cool? Like, are we doing this? What's?
Yeah,
that's all right. Anybody got anything else they want to throw out there on this? Nah. Okay.
No.
All right. So
no, it's nap time, man.
Yeah, let's bring it on down. So, so running throughout this show, I have pictures of the Get Right robot, cell shaded, Combiner Wars, Titan Class, all the fucking titles that go along with that shit. Devastator, the custom shit that he did. He submitted the pictures under the hashtag of Show Us Your Toys. Anybody that wants to submit their pictures of their collections, their figures, their photography work to the show to have them showcased throughout the show as we go about our normal rants and foolishness, please submit that stuff to the Toy Detox Facebook page with the hashtag Show Us Your Toys, hashtag Toy Detox. And shout out to Get Right Robot for that. Anybody that wants to submit their questions or topics for the show, please submit those things to the Facebook page as well. No hashtag required for that. Anybody got any shout outs or big ups they want to do right quick?
If I can go, I'll shout out just ETR. If you guys want to watch the ROC boys talk about nerd stuff. I mean, it's not really, we don't have specific stuff. It's Transformers, it's comics, it's a little bit of everything. But that's the Enter the Realm shows on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. So Yeah. This Monday we're talking Batman v Superman. We're going to give you our thoughts on it. It's a spoiler show, so if you hate spoilers, don't watch it.
Late to that party, aren't you?
We are.
Hey, Jiskone, thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you having me on.
You guys, hey, Mike, Tyler, you guys want to big up anybody? Throw anything out there?
Go ahead, Tyler, with your late ass.
No, just the regular rotation. You know, the guys that continue to show us a lot of love and support in the community. Jisk and the ROC crew, the guys at Shattercast, the guys at Nerd Rage Radio. I know we had a lot of fun doing the Versus episode. So,
yeah.
Thank you to all of you guys. Mike will be at Botcon. Hopefully he'll take some pictures. I will be at the New Jersey Comic-Con this weekend, taking some photos. So if you're there, come and say hi. That's all I got.
Dope. Mike, you got anything?
Yep. I want to say thanks to Jisk, Jabotron, Wu-Tang, ETR member number Droid 684J. But yep, I just want to see as many people and kick it at BotCon as possible. However many motherfuckers I can get over there. If you see me selling, you see me walking around, I'm gonna be rolling with some fucking cool ass funny motherfuckers the entire fucking time. They might be interchangeable and swapping out, and I might be with, might look like a whole different crew depending on the hour of the day, but definitely feel free to come up and say what's up and bullshit, have a beer, whatever the fucking works. Just don't be putting no bannable items near my shit and fuck me up, because then we might not be friends no more. But that's about it. That's it. I want to say what's up to everybody going to BotCon, and it's going to come kick it with me. Everybody else, you're going to have to fucking fuck off for another week or two, because that's all I'm worried about right now. We still cool, but right now you just got to go out of my way. That's all I'm saying.
And breaking news, Mike will be signing ass cheeks at BotCon. He'll be signing ass cheeks with the hashtag Toy Detox. So you can get in line at Mike's booth and get your ass cheeks signed by an official member of Toy Detox. And that's right. Tyler will be at, New Jersey Comic-Con, right?
Collectors Con.
And he will be signing left ass cheeks and right ball sacks. So you can get in line with your left ass cheek and your right ball sack signed. Hey, big up to any and everybody that shows Toy Detox love. We really appreciate it. Please leave your comments and share on the YouTubes. And give us a nice little review and all that good stuff on the fucking Podbean and the iTunes and the fucking show's over. And the show's over. Hey, man. You guys are fucking awesome, guys. You guys are so intellectual, man. You're kicking these points out of shit. Hey, thanks a lot for coming on, Jisk.
Dude, really, seriously, thank you guys for having me on.
Man.
I appreciate
it.
Mike, I wish I was more knowledgeable about some BotCon.
Mike, I was gonna make a joke at your expense about a rotating entourage of strange men at BotCon. I was against it.
See, I set that up, and you fucking let it go, man.
No, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. It's on the outro.
I am gonna die in a circle of half-dressed men at BotCon.